Jam.
Guess what? You can put a logo in a tub. Guess what? This is a duck, rubber dub dub. Guess what? I still don't have room. Guess what? I still use a loofah. I don't know about you. Roll the intro.
Let's get it!
Word to the cool world. It is Jam TJ back again with another Jam's Views. Good morning, good morning. It is Saturday. I'm really out here pumping out these videos real quick. It is just so easy because it goes so freely, like a freestyle. I'm used to it going on a whim because I got so much up here I want to say, and it's kind of premeditated, okay? The only motive is motivation. That's what it is. So, you've seen in the video, or the intro, I should say, that I was doing Russ's song, Guess What, featuring Rick Ross, and how he put his logo in a pool. It's deeper than that, and I don't think you guys recognize what I was trying to say, you know, because some of y'all don't know that I also have a brand. And you see in the very intro, the cool creator out of life, but it's creators out of life. It's the cool attire. That's my brand. That's my logo. And the reason why I started that logo was because I went into a store and I wanted to buy this hoodie. And I just wanted a simple plain hoodie from this dope skate company or dope urban company. And I seen the price tag and I was like, what? They're charging this much for this? It is very basic, but it was dope though. And I understand there's a place for brand and there's a place for supply and demand and these clothing, attire, and tech stuff, and cars, clothes, shoes, and everything X, Y, and Z you can think of, why it's so expensive and why people need it. But coming from me, I'm a very frugal person. I like to wait for sales to come up before I purchase anything. And in my mind, I was like, I'm gonna start making my own clothing brand because it will be something of a staple in my world, and it's also going to have something deeper meaning for people that are going to wear my brand, because everybody, any way, shape, or form, we are creators out of life. Period. We are creators out of life. And the attire that we wear is our creators out of life attire, because we are creative out of life. And that's why I started that brand. And that's why I moved it. So my point is, I'm trying to tell y'all that you should start a logo, start a brand. You see this logo right here? Do you know how well endowed and how international this logo is around the world? Logos mean so much. Logos have royalties, logos have patents, logos have substances. You can also do collective things with this logo. There's so many things you could do with a logo and a brand. Why not do it? And it doesn't have to be in clothes, doesn't have to be in shoes, doesn't have to be in makeup, cars. Like, it can be in something simply of a market value, of freelance, of anything. A logo can open up so many doors. It can, for collaborative things. So think about it. So I want to say this. I want to start off with this. When we were young, our parents, they planted us and they groomed us, you know, they tended to us, they watered us, they nourished us into this little person that they wanted us to be through their standards. There's nothing wrong with that, because there's things that I do with my kids too that I want them to be an outstanding citizen in society, and I want them to do everything in their power of just being who they are and just making their staple in the world, and just, you know, cutting out their piece of the world for them. But when we get older, we have to realize we can't follow in our parents' footsteps or our guardians' footsteps of whatever it may be. We can't. We have to actually plant ourselves, or reroot ourselves, I should say. We should reroot ourselves, tend to our branches, tend to our leaves like a bonsai tree. Like, make your body so zen, be very mindful of your mind, body, and spirit, and groom yourself to the experiences of what you have in order to make your brand, in order to make your logo. Your brand is a piece of you. And when it comes to that, branding is everything. I said it in a video before, but I'm going to kind of elaborate a little bit more. Like, branding is everything. Like, your personality is your brand. Your poop is your brand. It's that deep. Sorry to get nasty on you, but better out than in. But yeah, your brand is everything. Your brand is everything. And when people see your brand, they know it's you. And if it's authentic, man, people could try to emulate and be like, you know what, I want to be a little more like this person. But at the same time, though, you could have attributes, you could try to gain attributes of the person that you admire, a person that you look up to as a mentor. But at the end of the day, sometimes it may not work with you how that person got there. And that's how things mold us, is because of circumstances. That's how things help us to understand who we are, is because of the experiences that we had in life, whether they be good or bad, and how we grew up and what we were exposed to. So this is why a lot of people, they understand, and that's how they come up with their brands. They come up with their logos because it's a piece of them. It's a piece of their culture. It's a piece of their upbringing. It's a piece of their experiences and their circumstances that brought them there. It's all about the brand. Why do you think you eat Raisin Bran? Why do you think you eat Frosted Flakes? Why do you think Coke and Pepsi hit so different? And why these logos are so pieced together and they're so enticing to buy? And you know what? You could blame the hype beast if you want to, especially when it comes to wearing all this clothing, this Supreme clothing and Diamond Supply and, you know, all these other things. Like, I hate to name drop, but it's true. Like, why do you think hype beasts exist? And why do you think these brands still exist? It's because of the substance, and it's because of the markets that they hit, and it's because of the identity that they bring to the audience and the consumers. If you could find that niche of who you're trying to hit, it's everything. And I'm not saying I'm an expert on marketing and advertising, but we live in the free world of advertising. Have you not seen Twitter and Instagram? You could do it for free. You can even hit up your favorite artist, your favorite person you admire on Instagram or Twitter, just to reach out, just to try it. Just take a leap and just ask, like, yo, I'm so-and-so, I do this, can I collab with you? Or will you take something free from my brand? I've done that a few times with a couple artists, and actually I was successful. And that's what it takes. We can't be afraid to put our brand out there. We can't be afraid to put our logos out there. We can't be afraid to simply be ourselves and simply put ourselves out there. If we really want this, and if you really want to create something, you just got to do it. Trim your branches, tend to your leaves, treat yourself like a bonsai tree, and just make this stuff just grow. Okay, grow into something larger. And sometimes it won't just be that logo or whatever you're trying to slap it on. It could start with a t-shirt. It could start with a hat. It could start with a bracelet. It could start with anything. It could start with socks, and then it could just branch out to something. It could start off with just a logo, and your logo's with the tech company. Like, it could happen. It can happen. You just have to start creating. have to. And that's what I've been doing for a number of years. Since 2010, I've been doing this. Maybe 2011. And I'm still going. And even before that, these Jams views, I was doing this in high school and then in college. Okay? So yeah, you got to keep going. Success doesn't happen overnight. Rebranding doesn't happen overnight. But you have to rebrand yourself, and you have to reroute yourself from how you were programmed when you were younger. Excuse me. From when you were younger with your family and whoever raised you. You have to now mold into yourself. You have to now brand yourself. All right? That's enough for me. Make sure you put a logo in a pool or a tub or on some soap. All right? It's Jam TJ, Jams Views. I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out.